Hello everyone. I am Yesyurun Bakara with student number 2113042037. I am from class A for intermediate listening. So in this uh, opportunity, I would like to give my summaries, questions and answers for 7 tests that I've been working for to fulfill the final test of intermediate listening. So let's get started. Okay, so the first video, okay, it is about celebrity named Emma Watson, who spoke in UN headquarters in New York City, USA. So she talked about gender equality, a topic that will always be discussed for many times. She stated that men from all over the world have decided to make gender equality a priority in their lives and in their universities. She felt grateful because men started to realize and make it their priorities. She always dreamed to have the opportunity to fight for gender equality, so she took the ideas and experience she had in her university to all of her in social instructions, such like her workplace, her politics, and also all aspects in her life. She also talked about sexual violence, a topic that we aren't really aware about. She stated that safety of women minorities and anyone who may be vulnerable is a right and not a privilege. I agree that we should recognize when one person's safety is violated, everyone feels their own safety is violated. So she put expectations on students in university to expecting societies of true equality. Um, she argued that university have the power to be vital catalysts for that change. In conclusion, she was very delighted to report on the progress and feel excited to hear what's next. So here is the question and answers. Number one, who is Emma Watson? So Emma Watson is a British actress. She was appointed UN Women Goodwill Ambassador in June 2014. The accomplished actor, humanitarian, and recent graduate of Brown University will dedicate her efforts towards the empowerment of young women and will serve as an advocate for UN's Women He for She campaign in promoting gender equality. Number two, what's she been up to? So she gave her speech at UN headquarters in New York, USA, and she spoke about gender equality, most importantly in universities. She felt grateful because minorities are making gender equality as their priorities in their lives. And she put expectations on students in university to expanding societies of true equality. And the last question is, what is your opinion about gender equality? So I think personally agree about gender equality because all of gender is still human. They can do everything that they want. I don't see any problem if women taking charge as CEO or a man who loves to cook and become chef. I think it is still the same. I think we are all human. Okay, so the second video, the summary is about French revolutions. So from 1989 to 1790, France experienced a time of political and social changes known as French revolutions. It started with the convocation of the Estates General, a gathering of three traditional estates of the realm: clergy, nobility, and commoners. The third estate revealed itself as a national assembly and insists that the people be over more political power. This sparked a constitutional crisis between King Louis XPI and the revolutionaries, eventually resulting in his execution in 1793. Following the monarchy downfall, the reign of terror began, in which thousands of suspect counter-revolutionaries were executed without trial or due process. Napoleon Bonaparte eventually took control of the government and established himself as the Emperor of France in 1799. He also imitated additional reforms such as unified code, the Napoleonic Code, and establishing a vast empire. Although it ended in military defeat for France at Waterloo in 1815, the French Revolution had far-reaching consequences through Europe and beyond. So here is the question and answers. First question is, what is video talking about? Yeah, it is about French Revolutionary that happened from 1789 to 1799. Next question is please explain a brief summary about it. So, it is start from the government negligence in carrying out its duties by spending people's money to party. In fact, the people are already poor and take pains to get money. And worse, the people remain taxes as the French economy plummeted due to poor system of government at the time. Until the revolutionary began, there were a lot of stories happen until Napoleon Bonaparte take charge as he established himself as Emperor of France. Because of that revolution, the French had far-reaching consequences through Europe and beyond. And the last question is, what happened after French Revolution? So, across France and the rest of Europe, the consequences of the revolutions were huge. There were many new developments, including the fall of the monarchy, changes in society with the rise of the middle class, and the growth of nationalism. Next to the third video, it is about Shakira. So, Shakira is arguably one of the most famous celebrities in the world. She was born and raised in Colombia, in a place where inequality seems to be everywhere. She stated that inequality is a concept that sadly became very familiar with a very young age. She gave an example when she was at her young age. She was a kid. She saw a kid with her age who instead go to school. The kid was already working with bare foot, and it is normal if they will become homeless, or if it is worse, they can be a member of violent organization. So it encourages her to fight for inequality, and it starts from education. So when she already succeeded in her career, she built a foundation with purpose to educate more children to improving their lives. Okay, we continue to the Q&A. So number one is what is Shakira been up to? So she concerned about inequality in Colombia, which there are lots of children with lack of education. She got inspired from her story about the child who preferred to work in the street instead of going to school and learn. After she got succeeded in her career, she started to build a foundation with purpose to educate more children to improve their lives. And the last question is Shakira's deeds can be inspirational to everyone? Yeah, it really is. I think there are more people who just like Shakira. There are many people who want to change the conditions in their place of birth for the better. With Shakira, it is hoped that those who have been successful can inspire so that all circles can become successful just like Shakira. Okay, then the fourth video is summary about gratitude. So there is a teacher and some students. Then the teacher asked them to draw about what are you grateful? What are you grateful for? There are some results, such as Sarah, she's drawing a tree because she's grateful that trees give her oxygen. Or Jason, he is grateful for his parents because his parents help his homework. But it's different with Simon. When she shows his drawing, the teacher feeling moved because Simon answers is the teacher's hand. It means that Simon really grateful because the teacher will be always near him. It can be concluded that we really can be grateful for just because of simple. We going to the Q&A. So what is the video talking about? So it is about teacher with some students. The teacher tells them about what are you grateful for. The teacher purposes is to make students think about what they are grateful for and present it in the front of the class. The second question is, who's that one student that his answer make the teacher feel moved? So the answer is Simon. During the working time, Simon looks confused, then he got inspiration and start to draw it in the paper. When he asked to present it in front of the class, he showed his friends a draw of the teacher's hand. Simon is grateful for his teacher. That is why the teacher feels moved. And the last question is, what is the message that the video gave us? What I get from the video is not to forget to feel grateful anytime. Even the simplest thing can make us grateful, so it is easy to do. Next to the fifth video, it is about South Korean boy band group called BTS. They present in UNICEF headquarters to speak about their partnership with UNICEF to protect children and young people around the world from violence. There are some relations between the campaign and their Love Yourself album. The leader of the group, RM, stated that true love first begins with loving ourselves. Has become commonplace when we often being shut up and close our eyes when people judging us. And it's always because we're afraid of making mistakes, not loving ourselves or lost confidence. By watching this video, it reminds us to think more about yourself. Start to love yourself. Your mistakes yesterday is made by you, and you become a bit wiser tomorrow, and it is still you. In RM's last statement, he said, "We have learned to love ourselves. Now I urge you to speak yourself." It is a truly a bold statement because if we know who we are, then don't afraid to be. We go into the Q&A. So the first question is, what is BTS? So the answer is BTS, also known as the Bangtan Boys, is a South Korean boy band formed in 2010 and debuting in 2013 under Big Hit Entertainment. Next question is why BTS can have partnership with UNICEF. So it is because of their album called Love Yourself. Then after it released, BTS make a campaign with UNICEF to protect children and young people around the world from violence. And the last question is what can you learn from the video? I learned from the leader from BTS. It is RM. I think RM has made some bold statements about self-love. One of his statements wants us to start off yourself. As he stated, we have learned to love ourselves. Now I urge you to speak yourself. Next, to the sixth video. So it is a summary about modern engineering. So the speaker stated that it is a problem when constant noise of machines causes problems of living beings everywhere, both in the ocean and also on land. So he and his team of researchers at MIT and ETH Zurich has started to develop less disruptive robots by introducing their new biomimetic robot fish. It called Sophie. In the demonstrations, the speaker tells the specification of the robot. One of its parts, the muscle that called hazels, it still requires motor and a pump to properly work. What he tried to say is they still want to explore possible things to develop technology and engineering and minimize problems for a better experience. We go into Q&A again. So the first question is, what is concerns about modern engineering nowadays? So the answer is he has problems with modern engineering. One example of which is constant noises that it may cause problems of living beings anywhere. And the last question is, what is this invention that being presented in the video? So the answer is, he and his team of researchers at MIT and ETH Zurich has started to develop less disruptive robots by introducing their new biomimetic robotic fish. And for the last video, it is a summary about happiness. So we all have disagreements and struggle from time to time, but I believe the majority of us eager for different kind of life that includes meaning, connection, and happiness. But it is difficult to live this life and always be in happy places. Happiness is created with our minds rather than sought after. Positive thinking, on the other hand, will not get you there. Positive action is necessary because happiness is a skill that we can all learn and practice. Our minds wander 49% of time we are awake, according to a research published by Daniel Gilbert and Matthew Killingsworth, implying that our thoughts are automatic. They have their own lives and can create happiness simply by exercising control over their positive thinking. However, based on her description of happiness, it makes good sense to me. Why the thinking positively will help kill all the sadness? Because happiness is a skill that we create with our minds rather than something we seek from something or someone else. Someone or something may appear to make us happy, but we are not happy because of the person of our things, but because we believe we are. We are happy because our minds generate it following a positive experience in our lives. Happiness is mental process that produces fleeting emotions. And we begin to start Q&A, the last Q&A session. So the first is what is the video talking about? So it is a talk about happiness. Happiness is created, not being looked for. And the last question is what is message that you can get from the video? I think it makes good sense to me. Why you thinking positively will help kill all the sadness because happiness is a skill that we create with our mind rather than something we seek from something or someone else. So that's all for my seventh task of the video. I am so sorry if I had mistaken from my deeds or my words. So thank you very much. And yeah, thank you.